Good morning and welcome. It's Monday and, of course, the start of a new week. This is your numero uno breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria. Come on, we start building the week today and we give you premium entertainment on the show.
Yes, so we'd like to set the pace for you and create an eventful and result-oriented Monday and hopefully throughout the entire week if you stick with us.
Yep, it's been quite a weekend, but we're here to start up that week. Give you, when you're going to start a very long journey, it begins with just that single step, the first one. And that's what we're doing this Monday, making that first step, that first move to ensure that you have a wonderful week ahead.
And we're glad you made that decision to join us this morning. We are definitely rated E for entertainment, if you know what I mean. And of course, excellence is our mantra, always.
All right.
But it's all positive vibes here on the show this Monday morning. We're excited to bring you Wake Up Nigeria.
It is. Blossom is making a comeback after quite a while away. Blossom, you're going to tell us why you were away for a while. But yeah, it is great to have you back on the show, and you are welcome.
Thank you.
You won't be singing that Beyonce song again, yeah?
No, she won't. She looks gorgeous.
It's great to have you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, it's going to be a wonderful show. Welcome to the show. My name is Mike Mesikeno.
And of course, my name is Mary Bashua Alimi. The show has been carefully curated for you. Okay, we hope you stick around for the ride because we have a lot of exciting stuff just for you throughout this week.
All right, you use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria and TVC across social media to be a part of the show. And of course, you can watch us live, tvcentertainment.tv, that's our website. And you can download our app available on the Google Play Store and the Apple iOS Store.
Yes, that's right. Follow us at TVC Entertainment _1. And of course, you should use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC across all social media platforms, just so as to keep updated on what we're up to. Now, let's tell you what we have for you this hour. Damilare Fakorede is a digital transformation leader who is super passionate about disrupting and reshaping industries with digital innovation. In fact, so many things with Damilare, and today he will be on the show this morning talking about how AI can transform businesses in Africa.
And then we've got Ola Jace, a rap and street pop artist who is inspired by Lagos. The energy from Lagos will be having a performance from him this morning.
Next, of course, we have motivation. And this morning, motivation is going to be focused on marketing 101, that is. Why should they buy? Are you clear on the problem you're solving? Gigi Wusu will shed more light on that this morning.
And we have Oluwaseyi Olawale of Genomark Institute, a top leading genomics and bioinformatics company that offers research, education, and cutting-edge diploma and training programs. We'll be here to have our SME discussion.
All right. It's a beautiful Monday morning. I'm pretty sure you guys had interesting weekends. How do you think?
How's it going?
Yeah.
Hey, Mike.
Weekend, yeah. Good morning. Was interesting. Okay, yeah. It was okay. I mean, we had the Paralympics closing ceremony was yesterday. Something I want to talk about. Even though we did the Paralympians did very well, it has been our worst Paralympic outing
As well, yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
But it still did well. 2 gold, 3 silver, 2 bronze. But big shout out to them. All 7 of them, 6 were ladies.
Wow.
So maybe we should start thinking of the ladies being in more leadership positions because they're doing very well. Our Super Eagles won 3. The Falconets won 4 against Venezuela. So I don't know. Maybe this one I want to talk about how we should push ladies more. Not better I do type. But the type that
They're
definitely a lot more. There's something about ladies being in leadership positions and all of that. It's just sad that one just solid a whole. But I mean, when I think about Professor Dora Akunyili and all of that, what for me, my greatest when it comes to governance and all of that, I think there's no one better.
Okay,
she was just amazing.
That wasn't your intent, but I have an issue with you saying one just solid. Do you know how many men have solid?
Oh.
And then one woman goes, all right, and you guys go one just solid. Seriously?
It's facts now. You stated me in fact. That's fact. One solid. That's
so
fact. Nobody.
Why would you say one solid?
Because it happened. It's fact.
No, she didn't sully everybody.
It's a
personality thing.
I never said she sullied everybody. You're the one that's
You said what just solid? Yes, that's what
she was the one.
Okay,
Mary, that's not the issue, please. The point is that the women for Paralympics did well, and I'm very happy.
So
with
let's
them.
focus on the women that did well.
Six medals for them and all of that. So kudos, well done.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely been a marathon race when it comes to the school holidays that finally ended this last weekend. Kids are back in school right now. So, yeah, that race has ended. We've been waiting for the back to school to happen, and it's happened this morning. Happy back to school Monday for everyone.
Good luck to parents that have had to pay the tuition, who are still having to pay, and who are still trying to meet up, especially when you have multiple children. Kudos to parents, really. Kudos.
Good morning. The news on Wake Up Nigeria. Mike Mesikeno. The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency has continued its war against drug trafficking across the nation. Officers across different commands have arrested those guilty of trying to traffic illegal substances. More in this report.
Consignments of cocaine and pharmaceutical opioids concealed in ladies' sanitary pads and hair treatment cream containers heading to the United Kingdom, Ireland, and Cyprus have been intercepted by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency at 3 courier firms in Lagos State. In one of the logistic companies, not less than 30 parcels of cocaine were concealed in hair cream containers. 200 ampoules of promethazine and pentazocine injections hidden in food items and herbs heading to London were also seized by NDLEA operatives on the 4th of September. At the Port Harcourt International Airport, no fewer than 550,000 pills of tramadol were intercepted on the 2nd of September during a joint examination of a cargo that came from India. In the West, NDLA operatives supported by men of the Nigerian Army on the 3rd and 4th of September stormed 3 camps inside the Ise-Ekiti Forest Reserve where over 100,000 kilograms of cannabis spread across 51 hectares of farmland were destroyed. Still in the West, a raid of the home of a drug kingpin in Ilesha, Osun State, led to the seizure of 43 grams of cocaine, 23 grams of methamphetamine, more than 17 kilograms of cannabis, and a locally made pistol. In the North, 2 suspects were arrested with kilograms of cannabis and another 2 with 1,300 tablets of tramadol in Kaduna State. In Kogi and Taraba states, no fewer than 150,000 pills of tramadol were recovered. And in Jigawa State, a suspect was nabbed with 32.6 kilograms of cannabis. A statement by the NDLEA's Director of Media and Advocacy, Femi Babafemi, says, the Chairman, Chief Executive Officer of the NDLA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, retired, highly appreciates the operational efforts of the officers of the Drug Law Enforcement Agency across the country.
Algeria's incumbent president Abdelmadjid Tebboune has been re-elected to the position with an emphatic vote. Head of a national independent authority for elections, Mohamed Sharfi, said out of 5,630,000 votes recorded, 5.32 voted for the independent candidate Abdelmadjid Tebboune, accounting for 94.65% of Saturday's vote. Army-backed Tebboune's challengers included conservative Abdelal Hassani Sharif, who won 3% of the ballots, and socialist Youssef Aouchiche, who won 2.1%. In the early hours of the day, ANI had announced an average turnout rate of 48%, calling it provisional, but it did not give a breakdown of the number of voters against those initially registered. Give it up for Team Nigeria captain Folashade Oluwafemi for that wonderful performance to wrap up the Paralympic Games. That's it on Sports and News for now. We'll take a time out. We'll be back in a bit. So, there's just quite very interesting stuff about sharks that you get to see out there. You find out that a dolphin is also a shark and all of that. A very interesting animal. They don't get sick.
Well, I've heard that before, but it's only if they're attacked. They heal from wounds, but
they don't get
fall
sick.
ill. They don't have like ailments.
So there's some research into trying to use their DNA to treat
certain ailments.
Man.
Yeah.
So something quite interesting we saw on social media, and people say you tend to see the world the way you are. You know, well, for me, the world can be blank, and at times, some experiences you have color the world for you, but I would always say that something happened to you is definitely not the way everyone is. You can't say, oh, I mean, I tell people about generalizations, like you go, oh, you think that all Igbo people should have, that pecuniary knowledge, and then you think that, oh, all Hausa people should be this way, or, oh, if you are from Calabar, are you a woman then? Oh, you are all of that. But I would just say that as you go on through whatever experience, it is hard, but this story will let you understand why some people behave the way they are. It's talking about a woman who saw another woman being domestically violated, lost her baby, reported the situation to the police, got the man arrested and everything, but got a petition again for her own arrest just down the line, and if she didn't have receipts that this man was violating this woman domestically, she would probably have been in trouble herself. And so the part that is the most important is that she said something. She said humans are terrible. So now a situation to somebody who is helpful, has she now made a decision that no matter what she sees anywhere, she will look away. And then, we talk about a lot of times about how things are happening and people are just walking past.
Yeah, and you wonder why.
You wonder why. You don't know what they've heard, what they've read, or what they've experienced that made them, or that's making them react that way. Things like this. So,
in the end, you have a situation where I believe they were married, the husband and wife, right? Having a domestic, not just a dispute, but she was being beaten. And someone, like a good Samaritan is literally passing by and decides to help, and suddenly, they say no good deed goes unpunished. Thankfully, she had the backing of a legal representative from a group that she was on, who was able to guide her through the process and made sure that there was evidence to show. Because if there was no evidence to show, what would have happened? Would this woman have been arrested and locked up for something that she was, something she tried to use to help someone? The same thing happens with a lot of people saying that, if a husband and wife are fighting, don't put mouth to. It's not because down the line you could be arrested, but just down the line, you just never know what might happen. And this couple could come back together stronger, happier, and then you would always be the enemy or the person that did not wish them well, for trying to defend the situation. It's just very, very delicate, but I've always felt that no matter the situation, I would always still try to help. But, God forbid I ever find myself in a situation like that. I don't know what could happen. I don't know how my mind would change,
Mary, whether your mind changes or not, the reality is when somebody needs help, it's always good to come to the person's aid. However, I've always believed that as you are helping the person, you need to use sense. In everything we do, wisdom is very important. There's a reason why in certain countries, when such a thing happens, what do? You call the police and you take a step back, or you make sure you get them legal help if you know the woman cannot afford it. The thing with us Nigerians is we are very caring, and so we go the extra mile. We literally hold the person by the hand to try to get the person out of the situation. When it comes to marital issues, that doesn't help in many cases. Not even just marital issues, in several kind of relationships.
Even family issues,
yes.
Yeah.
So it's always good to apply wisdom. There's no crime in helping, but I believe she has learned a lesson or two. See, in this kind of situation, we hear every day of women dying due to domestic violence. TV channels are always busy with one, report on the other, somebody calling for help. However, when you look through it, you would realize that many of these people return to their abusive homes. They claim they don't have a choice, they don't have this, or who go marry me after 6 children, or, you know, stuff like that. And I find it really painful. Some of them, you would say, can't you go back to your family house? Some of them, the family members are calling them, we want you alive, but they say they no agree. This is who they want to be with. The man is sorry. The man is always sorry until they are 6 feet under. That's the honest truth. You can provide help. Help people as much as you can. But this is a lesson for you. Whatever help you're doing, whatever action you're taking, make it a point of duty to have receipts. Receipts meaning have proof that you are not the one who is pushing for things. And do your best to restrain yourself. We have a serious problem with restraints in Nigeria and many places around the world too. Serious problem with restraint. It's just like I want to help you now. I want to hold you till we enter the office. And now my sister be this. Why can't you just send the person there? You say they will not help the person well. But that's the Nigerian thing. Until they see you physically, they will not step up.
It's been an endearing character of Nigerians, even all over the world. You know,
they are known for that.
We're known
very
for
warm,
that.
very caring, go the extra mile.
Exactly. But I feel like once you make up your mind that you're not doing it again, you're like the same way some people don't give beggars money on the road because of what they've seen
and heard
and experienced. Yeah. You know, but Mike seems to be folding his hands because I'm thinking about, you know, what this woman could have been thinking, trying to arrest this person that helped her.
You know, a number of things come to mind. First of all, that she had to have receipts in such a way that don't we have records? If somebody went to put up a petition against somebody and said, she said that he went to Suleja prison for 6 months. He came out, after 2 weeks after he came out, that's why this woman sent in another petition. Are there no records? In the prison, was there no process? And that brings us to the society. When we talk about due process, were there no records? So you find out that man has no record. And probably, if he was going to look for a job somewhere, nobody would see that he has a criminal record beside him. Do we have those kind of things? Can you go for a job, interview, and somebody will put in your name into some sort of database and find out if you have a criminal record? In developed countries, you know how much of a big deal that is. Yeah. So for the fact that she had to have receipts to prove that this man did something wrong, shouldn't the state or shouldn't the system just prove that? She didn't need to lift a finger. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Sure.
And so now another thing now comes to how disenabling our environment has become. In such a way that now you have to take care of your security, you have to take care to fend for your water and everything. Now you have to fend even when you help somebody.
Yeah.
And that's what Mary is talking about, of course, help you with sense.
Yeah.
So the point is this, it's the same way somebody was arrested yesterday. I saw a friend send a message, someone was arrested. Why? She's a businesswoman. They send big money to her account. Oh, send it to this account. You know that's how they do ransom for kidnapping these days. Wow. And that's how they picked her up. Of course, she was sad that she was not intelligent enough to or wise enough to know that that is a big red flag. Yeah. When you see that kind of thing, call your bank and report. Yeah. When you see any amount, some people just already start, the 100K has already gone out too.
Oh, they say keep 1 million, man, send the remaining 49. You are feeling like, easy money.
Wow. So my point is,
go to jail.
Humans or wherever will be, try to do what you can, but be wise, be careful. I always bring the story of a man who was driving and saw a woman with a child and all that. She said she wanted to take her on the lift. I said, no, take money and move. She said, no, I want to enter inside. And so at that time, there was this scam of people, kidnappers.
Yes, yeah.
So, and then people just decided, let me not help.
Scream. You don't carry me, I don't know, Amo. Well, just be very careful, that's it. Wisdom is needed these days. It is needed.
We're going to wrap it up.
Point?
Okay, we're going to wrap it up on this, but we'd love to hear your thoughts. Please use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us on Instagram with your thoughts, WakeUpNigeria TVCE. We'll be back after this.
Welcome to the kitchen this beautiful Monday morning on Wake Up Nigeria. Our chef this morning is the one and only.
You know.
She's here on a Monday, no Wednesday. Well, you know who she is, right? Chef Blossom! A lot has been happening with her. And we're really, really pleased to have her in the studio this morning. Chef Blossom, first off, before we talk about the new Chef Blossom, let's talk about what we are making for breakfast.
Okay, so we're making oatmeal and scrambled eggs.
Oatmeal. Is it oatmeal
Oatmeal
pancakes?
pancakes, sorry.
Okay. Oatmeal pancakes
Yep.
and scrambled eggs.
Eggs,
That's what we're
yes.
having for breakfast. What have scrambled eggs got to do with chicken now?
So, we like to add spice to
A
these things.
little extra.
So you know how you go with your protein. So we're going to have protein on the side. So we're using our
Is this
soft
not
chicken.
proteinous enough? The eggs.
You know, I like to go
That's so
extra.
extra. Hi, Chineke. Okay, so let's talk about the ingredients. What are we making use of?
Okay, so our star ingredient is the oats.
Okay.
And then we have our eggs.
Okay.
We have slim milk.
Okay.
Have some black pepper, salt, seasoning, vegetable oil, and some honey. Original honey, please.
And are you original honey?
Take notes.
Take notes. Okay, so this chicken,
Yeah.
how did you marinate? What did
Marinate.
you put in it?
Okay, I like to marinate with my ginger, like ginger paste, and some seasoning of choice. There's no particular one.
Okay.
And then sesame oil.
Okay. Sesame oil is
Put
magical.
it together, yes. And what else? What else? Ginger. I mentioned ginger, black pepper.
Ginger,
black pepper, very important.
Seasoning, sesame oil. Did you put honey?
No, I didn't.
I thought you wanted to be really adventurous. I wanted to say to this.
I didn't. But you
But are
can.
you frying it or air frying it?
I'm air frying it.
Air frying, okay.
That's the way to go now.
So I'm just gonna slip in honey on like some pieces,
No problem.
since we're air frying. But if it's normal frying, what you will taste, you will not believe yourself.
So for normal frying, you can also marinate and boil, but the air frying saves us a lot of all those process and stress.
Yeah. Okay, so run us through the process. Let's start with the oatmeal pancakes.
Okay.
How are you making that?
Okay, so for the oatmeal pancake, someone might want to ask whether we're having it like this, like having the grain like this. No, I am substituting for flour. You know when you want to make your normal pancake, you use flour. So we're going to blend this.
Okay,
Like
so we're blending it to powder.
Yes, we're blending this powder. I put everything in the blender.
Okay.
So go in with our oatmeal first,
Okay.
then like 2 or 3 spoons of honey.
Into the oatmeal.
Into the
while
oatmeal.
It's blending.
No, before blending.
Before blending.
Yes.
Okay. Will
Your
it not
milk.
make it too sticky?
No. We're adding water, so everything will mix.
Right. Okay.
Yes. So some milk, water, and that's it.
How much water are we going to use for this? Is it going to be like a cup?
So I like my pancakes really fluffy and moist.
Okay.
You know, we have some persons that will prefer thick, hard pancakes. I like it very. So I would like to go with one and a half of this.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that's for the oatmeal. The chicken air frying.
Just
then of
air
course
frying
we're
after
scrambling the
marinating,
eggs.
yes.
So every other thing is basic.
So for
I
the
think,
egg, I like my egg plain, just salt.
Me, I don't even put salt in my eggs. I'm that weird.
Really?
I don't put anything in my eggs. I just like my eggs like that.
Wow.
Yeah, like the taste of eggs
don't
are
think
just
that
perfect
will
for
pass
me.
through my
I
throat.
don't. It will. Try it. No jokes. Try
Wow.
it. All right, at this point, we've got to join Mike on the couch. Titi is also there. I know it's for newspaper updates, eh? Newspaper headlines.
Thank you, Mary. It's time for us indeed to take a quick look at what's happening on the covers of the dailies this morning. Mike Messikeno is here.
I just can't get over this Titi's dress. Put the camera now. Put the camera now.
like the
Come on,
outfit?
come on.
Really?
Come on.
Wow, you really like this outfit. Your headline. Oh. All right, so back to the actual headlines at this point. Today is Monday, September 9th, 2024. On the cover of the Nation newspaper, it says here, investors take federal government, or rather FGN, $500 million bond to oversubscription. Experts project 100% intake, final allotment to beneficiaries this week. Just below the masthead there, it says Nigerian Chinese firms sign $1 billion iron ore to steel project pact. Just above there, it says resident doctors to lose 7 days' pay to strike. No work, no pay, rule stays. Page 4 has more on that. 342 billion naira recovered from Nirsal MFB debtors. Apex Bank deploys GSI. Wike Chinese firms sign MOUs to boost power, water in FCT. And how to deepen CNG penetration by operators. Beside the photo story, in fact, the photo story itself here says 48 die in Niger tanker fire as double multiple crashes kill one in Lagos. And right at the bottom, it says here, NBA seeks probe of lawyer's death. That's what we have on the cover of The Nation. The doctor strike is one to talk about, but I have a feeling we'll be seeing a bit more when it comes to headlines. We have the Nigerian Tribune with us as well.
Quite a sad one day. Yeah, so, okay, you mentioned
the Tribune, yes.
Oh, okay, there's that picture story there of, I think that was the accident, where in Niger State, says 48 killed, 50 cows burnt as petrol tanker explodes in Niger.
50 cows, goodness me.
Increasing VAT to 10% will consume Nigerians. That is from Atiku. Says taxes destroying businesses and aggravating poverty. LP meets today, may sanction members who attended Abia Convention. APC, NEC, Ganduje intensifies lobby of governors, other blocks. And ex-VP Sambo Dambazwa endorsed, but Dambazao endorsed League of Northern Democrats. All of that on the Tribune.
Yeah, Nigerian Tribune. There's one headline there that, jumped out at me. NAFDAC begins probe of miracle water, miracle soap.
Oh yes, the one from Jeremiah.
Wow.
In Delta State. They should now. It's under the jurisdiction. It's soap. It's water. People using it with this thing. So it should be probed. And because of the person stated that it had NAFDAC, it was NAFDAC registered while trying to sell this thing. Wow. And so NAFDAC had to come to say, no, it is not. So if you go and bath with it now, you get crow. What will you now? So NAFDAC should do their job, ban the thing, shut down the factory, and stop production of.
So that's not exactly what the headline says. It doesn't say they're shutting them down.
No, I say that's what they should do. NAFDAC have stated now, officially, that does not have any number, that it was not certified by them. So what happens in that scenario is you shut it down, and you stop production now. You know, with somebody who go looking for miracle and go and carry crow.
We have quite a few other headlines to take a look at this point. We have the Daily Trust here. Now, that major one of the Niger Road accident, again, 48 people, 50 cows killed in Niger Road accident. Residents blame speed and bad road. It's such a sad thing that many people died on just in a road accident. It also says here, OPay Money Point users kick as federal government imposes electronic levy. I heard this during the weekend myself. There's going to be like a 15 naira levy.
So the funny thing is that I just started enjoying this because I didn't jump on the train for a very long time. I just jumped on it and then this one now happens. I mean, you receive money, you are paying.
Yeah.
You send money, you are paying.
Yeah.
And not all banks even send you alerts that you paid this particular levy for a transfer.
It just disappears from your
So what
balance.
happens? Do we now start doing 9,999 so that we don't pay levy? We send it in trenches of that. I don't know, because it's above 10,000.
Anything above 10,000. Interesting. All right. Now it says we spend 30,000 naira daily to feed our 9 new babies, according to the father there. That story wraps up on page 5, apparently. We're owed 30 months allowances. Border security personnel cry out. Decry overstay at stations. We're reviewing the process, say customs. Ad hoc arrangement over. And 196 soldiers resign to proceed on terminal leave from November 1st. I didn't think it was possible to resign.
For us to resign, yeah?
I thought it was a lifelong
it's supposed to be.
Service. Resignation?
It's supposed to be,
I think I need to get more familiar with that.
It's supposed
story.
to be, but the circumstances, the conditions under which these people, they have complained, under which a serviceman, serve the country, can be deplorable at times. They have complained. So we're hearing things like this. There have been cases of, people abandoning their posts. You remember that case of a man who came back and said he was, then I think was paid 50,000 naira, and he said the transport told that this money would not get him to and back just for transport fare to his village or to his family. And so he decided to stay back during the time when he had a leave of office.
Wow.
You know, there are two things that, in fact, there's one thing in very developed nations that takes the most of budget: security.
Yeah.
Security. We can do better. We should do better. If we have 196, how is the morale with those that are left? They have friends there. They have colleagues. They've spoken to them. What's the morale like? How are they going to fight terrorism? How are they going to fight insecurity in such ways? So something needs to be done. There has to be some sort of a reform so that these people are serving and giving their lives. There should be commensurate sort of remuneration or commensurate compensation to them.
We are definitely watching that story. We'll be giving you more updates on it as we receive the reports. There is the Punch newspaper with us as well. Marketers plan petrol import as NNPCL Dangote talks drag.
Let's end with that one.
Petrol dealers to meet Dangote over pricing, uncertainty over NNPCL September 15th PMS lifting, and IP man laments as NNPC delays supply at depots. Pump price nears 1,250 in some states. That's what we have on the cover of the Punch. We're definitely going to have to wrap it up on that one because that aspect of last week has been a very deep one for a lot of people. Now kids are resuming school. There's going to be a little bit more traffic as school buses and parents try to get their kids to and from school. So we anticipate how the roads are going to be this morning. At this point,
it's possible for many parents to have school and home in the same vicinity.
Yeah, very true.
That they can walk or something.
Let's wrap it up on this one. For now, we have quite a bit still coming your way right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us.
Chef Blossom is still making breakfast for us. If you're just tuning in, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. As it is, we're having something really sumptuous for breakfast. Yep. Chef Blossom, tell us again.
Oatmeal pancakes, scrambled eggs, and some chicken for protein.
Yeah, chicken for protein. That's air-fried chicken for protein. So eggs and chicken for protein alongside oatmeal pancakes. If you're very particular about what you ingest, this is something you might want to consider. And it's also great for children, especially for breakfast. School has, gone back into session. In Lagos, I know for sure that September 9 is the resumption date, which is today.
Parents are really
this is
happy.
something you can pack in your child's lunchbox or let the child have it for breakfast before heading to school, okay?
I'm going to add to that, sorry. For adults, oatmeal is really, really healthy. I mean, it's packed with antioxidant properties. It helps reduce your heart disease, heart health issues, like risks of having heart diseases. And it also helps to balance your cholesterol level. I mean, then for the eggs, it helps you with your protein. I'm sure you know that. Yeah. It also helps you to... People will say that eggs help you lose weight.
For some people, yes, as a matter of fact.
Yes,
not for everybody, though.
I eat a lot of eggs every day.
Okay, so we'll check out the ingredients, okay? So you can scribble them down if you missed them earlier. For oatmeal pancakes and scrambled eggs. Very simple, really. Oats, eggs, honey, milk, vegetable oil, salt, and black pepper. That's basically all we're making use of. Okay, so now let's talk about this mixture. What have we done so far? We've blended the oats, I know that for sure. Yes. What did we blend it with? So
blended in our oats, milk, slim milk. Okay. So we're trying to eat healthy.
Okay, so that's why we can use slim milk.
Okay. You can use full cream. It's optional, whatever works for you. So some honey, you can substitute for sugar, but I advise you use honey if you can afford it, of course.
It's healthier, and if you're gunning for healthy meals, honey might be your better option.
Original honey, please. And then some eggs.
We won't hear the end of this original honey.
And some eggs.
How many eggs did you put in there?
2 eggs. So the eggs works like the raised ingredients, like what to help the pancake rise. Okay. You know, substituting for baking powder and the likes, or baking soda, yes.
All right, so now we have it. So what's the process like? We're just going to fry it like pancakes. Very easy, really.
So this is actually thick. I'll add in some water.
Okay.
You know, to make it light. Like I mentioned earlier, I like my pancake really fluffy and soft. Okay, so you can decide on the consistency you want.
Biscuits.
Not really, because it's blended. It will still give you that pancake feel, but once it gets cold, it will be hard. No, you won't like to eat it cold.
Okay, so for the scrambled eggs, all we're doing is just break
the egg, put
them.
some salt, and that's it.
Okay. All right, so that's for the scrambled eggs. And then, of course, if you're wondering what happens to the chicken is in the air fryer.
Yes.
You definitely see what it looks like at the end of the show. As she said earlier, to marinate the chicken, very easy process. You made use of black pepper, what else?
Sesame oil, ginger, seasoning. You can like to add a pinch of salt, your choice.
Yeah. And yes, for those who have been wondering, where has Chef Blossom been? It's so good to have her back. But guess what? She will not let us hear the end of it. Did you see what she did? Yeah. So she's been busy getting married. Chef Blossom is now taken. So for those who have been gathering their money to come and propose to her, it's too late. We are very sorry. She's off the market. Yes. Yeah. So how does it feel to be married?
It's beautiful. Especially when you're married to the right person, you know. These things you need to say.
Jeez, marriage is sweet.
It's a beautiful experience. I mean, it's been so good. It's so good. Do you want me to say
I wanted to say, how does it affect your business? Because I know quite well that as a single lady, it's easy for you to wake up at any time to meet up with others. But now, are there any changes or you're still able to do that?
So I'm still Chef Blossom. I'm still the Blossom. I'm still doing business.
So you can count on her no matter what. Superwoman.
I would say it's now amplified. You know, when you have a support system, it's easier.
That's nice. That's nice. You know what? We've reached the top of the hour, and of course, that means 1 hour is gone already. We'll take a break. You're watching Wake Up Nigeria. See you on the other side of the hour, right?
Okay, if you had just come in a few seconds earlier, you might have got something that would interest and take up your morning a bit more. But we'll do our best for the next final lap, the final lap of the show. Welcome. If you're just joining us, it's the second lap of Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes, it is always a magical experience here, and our Mondays are always buzzing with the right kind of vibe. Well, I hope you're ready for what we have in store for you.
Definitely. What are you doing this morning? Oats. Oatmeal?
Oatmeal pancakes.
So the thing, you made mention of something here, which is good, because a lot of processed foods that we're giving to kids are not the best for them.
No, they aren't.
And you know that, but it's kind of hard for parents to wake up very early. I know for you, it's not so easy having to prepare for 2-3 kids, getting breakfast, and then you have to now come to work when you have to be early. So that's why a lot of parents might not want to give them a processed food, but maybe it's not easy.
So the thing with parenting, I always tell people, is sacrifice. If you're going to be a parent, you should be ready to make sacrifices.
But what if you prepare the food the night before?
So the problem with preparing certain foods the night before is you end up creating more mess. Because it's just like you can cook stew the day before, but what about white rice?
You pack it now, yes.
No, I don't like that idea.
Okay, you don't like it, but I think it's better than processed food.
Because I don't like using microwave oven and the rest. So it's better to just cook it fresh in the morning.
Fresh in the morning.
Put it in the coolers. Everybody goes to work and wherever.
All right. Let's get straight into what we have left on the show. Just before that, my name is Mike Mesekero.
And of course, my name is Mary Basha Alimi. You can stream the show live on YouTube, TVC Entertainment. You can follow us across all our social media platforms at TVC Entertainment _ using the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. All
right, Ola Jace would kick off the second lap. He has a performance for us, a blend of rap and street pop fueled. It's inspired by the energy of Lagos. Lagos energy is it weary? No, it's not weary, but it's bustling, the hustle and the bustle of Lagos. Of course, Ola Jace.
As businesses worldwide grapple with the challenges of growth, a seasoned development manager turned business growth specialist is on the show this morning to talk about Marketing 101. Why should they buy? Are you clear on the problem you're solving? Well, of course, that will be by Wusu, DJ Wusu rather. He is on Motivation this morning, and we are motivated for that conversation.
Oluwaseyi Olawale of Genomac Institute, a top leading genomics and bioinformatics company that offers research, education, and cutting-edge diploma and training programs. Services also extend to consulting by providing consultancy in genomics, bioinformatics, and biotechnology. This is the first profile I've read this long because I love when things are, you know, when you're talking about biotechnology and all of that. So, kind of cool, interesting stuff. We'll have that discussion on SME.
And then, you know, Mike, there are quite a number of things happening today.
Okay.
Most importantly, today is Emergency Services Day.
You know, we just on the newspaper we saw like 2 or 3. There was one at Maryland.
Yeah.
An accident. Emergency services are. If I say they can save lives or something, I'm still understating it. The lifeblood of anything in a society are when your emergency services is on point. Then you know that society is a long way to being on point. So yes, so big shout out to health workers, emergency services workers, everywhere they are, the Red Cross, those that with the ambulance, the fire service also emergency service also.
Yes.
NEMA.
Yes, every
the
emergency
management institute.
Institutes, rather. We really appreciate you.
Yes.
Because it can't be easy. We celebrate it today. It's your day,
Definitely.
Emergency Services Day. And now besides that, there are actually some other things happening.
Okay.
This one will interest you. Today is National Boss Employee Exchange Day. What kind of relationship do you have with your boss?
Okay, I thought you meant boss, like downfall.
I almost sat. Let me just stand.
Okay, but now you're talking about your superior in the office and all that. I've not always had the best, you know, but if I'm talking about my current boss, I think it's maybe the best I've had all through. But I'm saying that previous ones before, it's not always been the best. But bosses are on different levels.
Yeah.
But I think we do have an enabling environment here where an open door where you can talk to people who are above you and all of that. So yes, it might not be the same for everybody. Definitely it's not the same for everybody. But so we're appreciating bosses today, or what is it?
National Boss Employee Exchange Day.
Okay, cool. We're celebrating the exchange between boss and employee. So this is a big shout out to all bosses out there.
Yeah.
Have you seen Horrible Bosses? There's a movie like that. Well, I mean, I have a good, very wonderful boss, by the way. But we're just saying that boss and employee, that exchange has to be optimal and, you know, make the environment, make the working environment, you know, viable for productivity and excellence.
Okay, welcome again to the kitchen right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Chef Blossom is still hard at work making breakfast for us. We're having oatmeal pancakes, 1.
Scrambled eggs.
Scrambled eggs, 2. Air fried chicken, 3. You wanted 4? No, stop at 3. And we love it. Okay, so far so good. Tell us what we've been able to... Oh, how did I miss this right in front of me? Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is one, just one oatmeal pancake. But yes, this is what you should expect the results should be, okay, for your oatmeal pancake. It looks amazing.
Yes, you might want to have yours lighter than that if you don't like it really brown.
Okay.
So you cook on medium or low heat.
I don't understand. This is perfect color for me.
For you, okay.
Anything that has to
I
do
prefer
with baking, I love it. The browner, the better.
the browner.
Bread, oh,
Really?
pancake, oh, puff, oh, anything.
That it gives you that satisfaction of it's properly cooked.
Yes, so did you know? Yes, it's properly cooked. Like, this is how it should look when you're eating food, not white.
Well, you know, some people can have it brown and then the inside will not get done. That's why we have to cover. Whenever you want to make your pancakes, always cover your pan. Like it helps it steam in properly.
So it's steaming and frying at the same time. So if you don't have fry pan that has cover, buy one cup.
If you don't have that,
what do you do?
You look for something.
You look for any cover.
Or use a foil or something.
Or use a foil when you're frying. And you're frying different batches.
That's true, it will melt. Just have frying pan that has cover.
Exactly. Just have a frying pan that has cover. Just go into a shop and say, Chef Blossom said I need frying pan that has cover. Give me that one. But that, of course, is on a lighter note. So I'm sure you understand what we mean. So you just need to get a cover for your pot when you're frying. Let's take a look at the ingredients once again on your screen right now. Okay, so we're making oatmeal pancakes and scrambled eggs. And there are the ingredients on your screen. Really simple, really easy. And before you know it, your breakfast is ready. Aha, so this is the color people like.
Yes. You want to show
don't cover it yet. Now let everybody see it. Calm down.
So this is the perfect color.
So this is the perfect color. For those who like it this way, we are okay with this one. But this is the perfect color for those who like it that way. But that looks beautiful, actually.
Yes.
It looks beautiful. This one, though, is ready to go with anything you put on it.
So another thing you need to know when making your pancakes, stay close to your pan. You don't want to say, sorry, I'm offended, pick call. I want to quickly do something, it will get burnt. And how you might want to ask how you know when to flip. So for flipping your pancakes, you want to use this spatula spoon. Okay. How you know when to flip is when you look at the pancake and you see bubbles on it, then you can flip. Okay. Don't bother to think, oh, is it cooked underneath or not?
So you don't make a mess of it.
Yes, just flip.
Okay.
Once you see bubbles on it.
Okay, so I should mention again, especially for those just tuning in, there is absolutely no flour in this.
No flour,
please. This is pure oatmeal. So basically the oatmeal became oatmeal flour. Let's put it that way.
Because so it was blended. Oatmeal,
and I'm very sure the taste is going to be amazing. We can't wait for our last guest to confirm that fact.
Yep.
It's all put together. There's honey in it. There's milk in it. Aha, the scrambled eggs are being done now. Very easy. Just break the eggs, put salt, stir, just mix it together and then...
Keep mixing it.
Yes, just keep mixing it on fire. That's how you scramble. Aha. By the time you finish this one, the other things you are cooking would have burned, but that's all right. You want it scrambled.
Yes.
Aha. The most important thing is the end result. Oh, but this looks good. My goodness. Yeah. Is this all going to be brown too?
No.
So that's where that's the only place I draw the line with eggs. I love white eggs.
I love white eggs. I
can't stand brown eggs.
This is how I love my eggs, for noodles, for anything. You're making Singapore noodles, you're making special fried rice. This is how you scramble your eggs.
Incidentally, my man loves brown eggs.
So how do you do that?
His own batch is different. Never will I fry it with mine. You have your best. Sometimes I even take half and half just to have a feel of what it like. Goodness me. Okay, so
here we have it.
The eggs are ready. Pancake. Yeah. And of course, the chicken in the air fryer, which you will see at the end of the show. We have to take a break now. You're watching Wake Up Nigeria. This is like black and white, yes, so it depends on your preference. But you're watching Wake Up Nigeria. We'll be back. Just stay with us.
All right, we're on to motivation this morning and marketing 101. This is motivational business. Well, it's a mix of both. DG Wusu is here, and our topic today is why should they buy? Are you clear on the problem you are solving? It is great to have you. You're welcome.
Thank you, and I'm glad to be here.
All right, this is your second week. For those who maybe did not pick up the last time you were here, let's have a quick recap on what we said on week 1.
All right, thank you. What I would say is the summary of what we did last week was, 1, you need to be clear on who you're serving. For a lot of people, what they say is, I serve everyone. If you serve everyone, you serve no one. Yes? So you need to be clear on who you are serving. I also mentioned the fact that if you are stuck, seek help. It's going to be harder doing it all by yourself. That will probably be the summary of what we did last week. Is that okay?
Okay, cool. Great one. I like all of that, putting business all together and motivation all about. So this time we're looking at why should they buy, all right? Correct. Okay, why should they buy what you are selling? Okay, let's get straight into this. Why should they buy?
All right, thank you for that. But before I go ahead, I'd like to start with a statement.
Okay.
And this is my statement. A lot of people have ideas in their head. Great stuff. But you need to learn to take paper and biro. You need to start to write things down.
Okay.
Because think of it this way. It says, if you have a vision, make it plain. Or look at it this way. There's a law called the Kidlin's Law. It says half of your problem is solved when you write it down.
When you write it down.
Imagine in school, they give you a question and they expect you to write it down. Because writing, aside from remembering things, is also a way that you get to think. Writing is a way of thinking.
Of thinking, okay.
Yeah.
Good. You know, in this era now, the digital era now, people don't really use so much pen. Does it count when I want to use my phone and put it down? Does that count?
I would say, in fact, no.
Okay.
Because research has shown taking a physical pen and writing down is a lot more helpful. There's something that it does. It connects you with your thought process and you are more lucid. Imagine an architect, for crying out loud, saying, yes, I have all the plans in my head. Will you work with that kind of architect? You won't.
But so that's what I'm saying now. So some people will tell you that I can type it out and put it in a notepad, an app that can do. Can that suffice?
It can. But
But you prefer that you should. I understand, yeah. It gives you, well, I understand where you're coming from now. Okay, so now we're talking about buying now. How do you set up yourself to ensure that people buy from you?
Thank you for asking that. Yeah, I guess the first question you need to know is that why should people buy? The short answer is people pay money for you because you are solving a problem.
Oh, okay.
if I take it a step further, people exchange money with you because you are giving them value. So your next question is, what is value? A lot of people throw that, what is value? Let me just use this framework to help you understand what value is. I'm going to say, one, value is when you help someone get the outcome that they desire. That is value. Okay. Imagine I am hungry and somebody gives me food, I pay for it, I've gotten value because my desire is to be full. That is one. Two, value is when you help someone get whatever they want faster. Faster. Imagine right now, I need to get to maybe a place of work. I could walk there, but a car or a taxi says, I can take you there, you pay me. That is value. It's getting me there a lot faster. We can also twist it. Value is when you take it away stress in me getting my desired outcome. One of the reasons why you go with a car that has AC or a taxi that has one of those car hailing services is because they make life less stressful for you. That is value.
That is value.
In whatever you are doing, you need to consider, am I making it faster? Am I helping them get their desired outcome? Am I helping them get it with less hustle? Another thing you think about value is that value is when you motivate people. Yes, you might say that is value. Think of it this way. The people that get it the most will be people in the athletic world, people that are in the sports world. They understand the value of people coaching them, motivating them, because they get it. Think of the likes of whether you are Team Messi or Team Ronaldo. These guys have multiple coaches to get them toward. They had 8 games in their lives, but they have coaches. That is value. Value is also entertainment. If you're having a very boring day, if they get entertained, and it doesn't have to be a comedy act or any of that sort. Whatever it is you're doing, if you can ensure this framework comes true in your services, then you are providing value. People will pay because they can see the value. Then finally, value is what I call status. Have you ever heard about the theory of needs? There are all kinds of theory of needs, from the Abraham Maslow's theory of need, there is David McClan theory of need, there is the Herzberg theory of need. They all say different things, that different people are motivated for different reasons. But one of the things they all agree on is that at the top of it all is status and self-fulfillment. Okay. If whatever you do gives the clients a sense of self-worth and self-actualization, that is value. In a nutshell, that is value. Then people will gladly pay you and buy from you. This has nothing to do with your service. All I'm saying is you need to incorporate all of this. Okay. Or one of these in any permutation to ensure that they're getting value.
Value. Now, when you have all of this now, where does the part of visibility come in? You might have all of this and nobody sees you or knows you. Because I know some people who, they'll say they have this value, but they're not selling. They don't have that visibility. They don't have that reach and all of that. How can you get to that? Where does visibility come into this whole equation? That's what I'm...
All right, thank you. That's a very great question. That's something I'm hoping to do maybe next week. Okay. But there's a word people say the best kept secret. So if you have all of that value and you're not seeing, then you're what they call the best kept secret. And that doesn't work for you, that doesn't work for them. You're actually depriving people of your solution. Okay. You might think, but that is it. And that is where audience building comes in. For a lot of people, there is a mindset that they have. Let me just knock that out quickly. You do whatever you do and you expect customers to come to you. It might work, it depends on what stage you are in life, in your business. But as a growth specialist, one of the things you need to consider is you need to get out and get the clients. You need to get out and build your audience. From your audience, you can't get your clients.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you. Since from what you said now, I think that's where we're getting to next week when it comes to visibility and all of that. So let's keep all of that in next week. But this is quite some value that you've given us here. Thank you very much.
I hope so.
All right. Okay, that's it on Motivation this morning. Hope you're able to pick up some value for this and understand, of course, what it means to sell faster, sell easier, make things more comfortable. Then, of course, you're on your way to understanding why people should buy from you.
Welcome back. Now it's time for our SME segment. And there are many different types of business and a lot of entrepreneurs doing things in different spaces that are not so commonly talked about. Today, we're going to have a conversation with Oluwaseyi Olawale of Genomark Institute. It's a top leading genomics and bioinformatics company. It offers research, education, and cutting-edge diploma and training programs. Its services also extend to consulting by providing consultancy in genomics, bioinformatics, and biotechnology. Now, whenever you hear bio, you know this is a lot of science, a lot of technical stuff that we're not really used to hearing about. But it's great to have you on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so if you were to ask a layman about bioinformatics,
yes.
how would you explain it to them?
Okay, so I will explain, like, bioinformatics is the use of computer, like basically your laptop or your desktop, to analyze biological data. So if you're talking about biological data, I think everybody knows about DNA, because, you know, people went for, usually go for the paternity test, genetic testing and all of that. So basically it's the use of laptop to analyze DNA. So basically DNA or RNA or protein data. But that's basically.
So apart from the DNA testing and checking, what are the other things that you do at your company?
Okay, so actually, I wouldn't say we do DNA testing per se. Yeah, I would say that we use bioinformatics, right, to analyze data, basically for bacteria and virus. We also analyze plant data. So, and also human data. And what we're just trying to understand is we're trying to understand the biological state of that particular data or the biological state of the bacteria, in order to know to get insight from that particular data, and then probably to deal with the particular biological problem. Exactly.
Okay. So for instance, if you have a farmer who he's just purchased a parcel of land and he wants to plant maybe corn or something like that, your institute provides the kind of data that's needed to assess that soil, for instance.
Okay, yes, definitely. So I think that aspect deals with metagenomics. So because metagenomics is the study of community of microorganisms in an environment. So that is basically an approach, because there are other approaches like plant genomics, right, which we actually do very well.
Plant genomics.
Exactly.
Okay, fantastic, fantastic. It's really interesting stuff. But I'm wondering, who are the ideal customers that you cater to? Who are your target audience?
Okay, so our target audience actually ranges from academics to industry. So in academics, we have lecturers, we have master's students, PhD students who are into research. And basically nowadays, I think master's student, even undergraduate, actually use genetics, like, it's usually called molecular biology, right, to understand the research they're actually carrying out. So I think our customers also coming from that particular area. So also in industry, we have industries like pharmaceutical industry. So we have an expertise in place when it comes to drug discovery, when it comes to therapeutic peptide research and discovery, when it comes to biosynthetic, biosynthesis basically. So, and also to use genetic to discover active ingredients in plants or in any natural resources, and see how we can navigate our way to retrieve those active ingredients, and also in an innovative way develop that active ingredient as a solution. To deal with biological related problems, even in the agricultural settings as well.
So now we've talked about agriculture, we've talked about industry and education. There was a mention of health as well, but I'm just trying to break down how exactly it works. How do you retrieve the raw materials, and then how do you get the data, and then how do you give that information to your clients?
So I think there's first molecular biology. So molecular biology is basically the use of machines, like some genetic related machines in the lab to isolate the DNA. And after that, there's something called sequencing. There's genetics sequencing or DNA sequencing. So I think nowadays we have next generational sequencing, we have ITS sequencing, we have different kind of sequencing approach. So after sequencing, that's when our work as bioinformatician actually begins, because that's where we get the data. So we usually get the data in different kind of format, and then we use our laptop to analyze this biological data. And then dive deep into the whole, study of that particular genetic data.
So, you know, you mentioned some time back about using what you do to solve problems.
Yes, yes.
So I'm trying to wrap my head around the type of problems that people bring to you that you consult on.
Okay, so, well, there are different kind of problems, right? Ranging from, because basically when we're talking about organisms, we have microorganisms, right? We have plants, we have animals, and then we have human data. So I think data can actually come from these areas, and then they should have, or usually our customers usually have a research objective or research aim. So we try to identify that particular research aim and then get their data and then analyze the data and then see how we can come up with insight they need based on their research objective. So, and their research objective dive around, probably they just want to understand the problem, or probably they want to, you know, get the information and then use that information to develop an innovative solution. So we just try to...
So in terms of health, right, solutions, when it comes to product development, I see diabetic cure, hemorrhoids cure, treatment, skincare issues. So those are some of the issues that you try to solve with your research.
Yes, yes. So actually, right, we have 4 different subsidiaries. We have a parent company called Genomark Holdings. So we have different subsidiaries. One of these subsidiaries is GNatures. So GNatures is into translational medicine and natural healing. So they use plant genomics, right? And also they use artificial intelligence and also medicinal chemistry. So we use medicinal chemistry to investigate into this plant, get some of those raw materials, and then we now use genomics to analyze the biological information of that particular data. So basically, we're trying to look for the biosynthetic ingredient, active ingredient, and then we try to see how we can navigate our way to convert that particular plant to a ready-made market, product for the market in order to solve this solution. So you were talking about...
So, health. So if, for instance, you have someone wants to put a product on the market, and obviously they're looking for sorts of certifications and approvals from like NAFDAC, for instance. Obviously, they need to be able to prove that there are certain things that this product can do for people that are using it. So they come to you and you give them the data they need to apply for certification.
So actually, we use ourselves as an example. Like I said, GNatures is into this as well. So we have a product, diabetics product. And by the way, there's usually no cure for diabetics, but I would like to say that we have found a cure for diabetics, for early stage diabetics. So it's actually a cure from a 2-plant combination. So right now, we are on the verge of going to the market, but what is delaying us is just the NAFDAC. But already we're there.
But so you have the data, you have the
we have the information, and that is what we are going. So, for instance, we have a client that actually wants to go to the NAFDAC, so they can actually come to us to dive into the data, understand it, and provide every possible information that they need to present at the NAFDAC, just like what we actually want to do. So I think, and it's not only diabetics. So we have hemorrhoids, we have the solution for hemorrhoids, and also for chronic diarrhea.
Wow. Okay, there's a lot that people don't know is out there, but there are probably people that studied biochemistry, they probably studied genetics, and are wondering which field they can go into right now, or even if they could even start their own business, for instance. I know that it's a long road to starting a business like this, but what advice would you give to anyone who studied your field?
Well, I'm a bioinformatician, right? Though I graduate as a microbiologist from Lauderdale Akintola University of Technology. So, and I think my journey started when I started learning bioinformatics. So I would like to say that very soon, it will be made mandatory for life scientists across the globe to learn bioinformatics, to leverage on bioinformatics. So my advice for students or for life scientists is that they need to actually get the skill set. I think our subsidiary Genomark Institute has been able to train over 25,000 students globally from over 120 countries. So, and that shows the potentiality of this realm, because bioinformatics is like the data science of biotech. And everybody should get it. And it's the technical skills. So all life science should get it, because it's going to put them at the edge there. Yes.
I have to say a big thank you to you for joining us once
much.
again and sharing your experience and your story, in fact, because it feels like it's been a long time coming. It's been building over time.
Yes,
and it's a field that not a lot of people hear about much.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us.
so
Now,
much.
there is, of course, our chef who has been working so hard in the kitchen this morning. Chef Blossom is there with Mary and Mike. Would you like to join us?
Yeah, no problem.
All right, please
Let's do it.
join us in the kitchen.
Okay.
The fun, the games, everything.
Okay.
All right,
we're back.
welcome to the kitchen this morning. Of course, our guest.
Mike, what happened? It was hot, Abby. It was hot.
Our chef today is
Sorry,
our
Mike.
chef today is Chef Blossom, and she's been making us breakfast, oatmeal pancakes.
Pancakes.
Yeah, tell us.
Yeah.
Oats.
So we have our oatmeal pancakes, scrambled eggs, and some well-marinated soft chicken.
Yeah.
Amazing.
All right, this is a proper
So
breakfast.
dig in. Let's have your feedback on the oatmeal pancakes.
Okay. So,
Yes, the scrambled eggs and the chicken.
all right.
So this is only oats.
Yes, no
Yes,
flour.
no flour.
No flour, absolutely none.
Amazing. This is really beautiful.
It
Thank
looks
you.
great.
Really.
Doesn't even look like it's just oats.
It's just
Yeah.
Wow.
A great way to eat it is with the scrambled
Wow.
no sugar added.
No
This
sugar.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
No
yes,
sugar.
honey.
Wow. It's really sweet. Like,
You can tell he's amazed.
yeah, and it's yummy.
It's yummy. Hey, nice.
We need to.
That's the Chef Blossom magic. We need to
Blossom, we need to confirm the DNA of this food.
I tell you.
Because this DNA.
Anyway, we have something called nutrigenomics, right?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's an aspect of genomics where we dive into food. And then I think it's also help in personalized medicine. I mean, yeah, personalized nutrition, rather.
Nutrition.
So it's really amazing.
All right, so for people that are trying to get rid of particular things in their diets, go and do the research.
Well, we are not trying to get rid of anything. We just want to enjoy breakfast. Thank you so much for being a part of Wake Up Nigeria today. We hope you watch all through the week. For now, though, we wish you a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Bye.